Rollo was getting trolled too. I guess I'll play some of that. Sorry, this makes me mad. The StreamYard, it's the platform I stream on. They changed everything. But when I go over and look at it on the regular screen, nothing's different. So the only thing that they changed was on my end. So they made it harder on my end, but it's the same on your guys' end. Doesn't make sense. Right. What do you guys think? Have you guys been following Rollo? Are you guys Rollo fans? I like Rollo. The thing about it, so, and I've watched Rollo's, some of his beefs with like young, like when he's beefing with like a 20-year-old or like a, you know, a young person that's hip. It was kind of like when he called into Fresh and Fit and called Destiny and Sneeko douche nozzles. You know, the word douche nozzle, I think, was used quite frequently in like the early 2000s or 90s or something like that. But I don't know. You know, it doesn't resonate very much with the younger crowd. I'll put it like that. You know, it kind of look stupid. Kind of sounds stupid. It's kind of like the guy that Eminem was battling last week that all the reaction channels were reacting to, because he made like a real old school song and just didn't resonate with the youth. It's kind of how Rollo is beefing with these guys, but Rollo does have a lot of good things to say, and he's like, his ideas are probably, you know, they're a million times better than the people that he's being attacked by. But because they have the youth, he's losing these debates because, you know, the young kids relate to the younger YouTubers. It is what it is. But anyways, here's Rollo versus, this is Brittany Venti's channel. Don't copyright strike me, Brittany Venti.
Females with autism, so, which I think Brittany Venti definitely has. Brittany, just before I get started here, I have a lot of people who have come to me and have dished out a lot of dirt on you. I could make it public, but I'm not going to. And could I dox her with some real, I've got the photos to really rough her up, but I'm not going to do that either. So I believe this is a friend of yours. By the way, you're right about Brittany's Christian trad grift, because I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nude pics.
You gotta love how he feigns taking the high road as he airs someone's dirty laundry. Rollo Tomassi, or as we like to call him here, George the Gossipy Grandma, is the grandmother of the Red Pill Manosphere.
You call yourself the godfather of the Red Pill.
You call myself the godfather of the Manosphere, okay? Other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very,
do you understand?
Okay.
I am not Red Pill adjacent. I am in the Red Pill. I am the father of the Red Pill. Right?
In his recent stream, he read the email of somebody who told him.
See, they catch him in a lot of gotcha moments like that like the young people look at and they're like, I mean, obviously Destiny laughing in that situation with him and Sneeko talking to Rollo. Like the young people are going to resonate with Destiny and Sneeko. But I mean, Rollo is still the man. It's just when he's going against young people, it's almost like he can't win, because even if he outsmarts or he like wins a debate against Brittany Venti, he's still like a 50-year-old dude battling a 20-year-old girl. So the way the world's going to see it is like, you know, they're going to give him an L either way, just because. Rollo, yeah. See somebody in the chat says Rollo should have been above the drama. That's what I think. You know, if he just turned the other cheek and pretended like none of it ever happened, which is hard to do, by the way. When people are making videos about you, like, you want to react to it, you want to defend your name, but he should have, he should have just looked the other way, especially with this girl. He should have laughed at it. Like, if she made a video about me, I would just say, haha, she got me. It was kind of funny. And that'd be the end of it. Just because I don't see, I just don't see, there's no win for me. Like, what am I going to do? Like, talk about the way she looks, or talk about, how, whatever. I just don't see how I could attack her. LFA, this is older clip on Chronic Stream. He said he's going to take lawsuit against Venti. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know all the details. So if she was trying to send CP to adults, yeah, that's illegal. But if she was just trolling, like, if she doesn't have possession of CP, and she never had any intention of sending CP, whatever, then I don't see, like, how would they sue her? I mean, it would be entrapment if it actually went through. I'm not sure how entrapment works, actually. I don't know the legalities. I know if she were like a undercover police officer and she sent it to him, I think they would consider that entrapment. But because she's not law enforcement, I don't know if they'd call that entrapment. I'm not sure. I'm not the legal advice guy, but obviously it's a little weird. Definitely weird. But I don't know if these nudes actually even exist. I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't want anything to do with that shit, though.
About my personal life as well as my personal dating life.
I've got photos. I think I put one up on Twitter not too long ago. I know about Mason. I know about the nudes. I know about a lot of stuff. Trust me, you have a lot of enemies. You probably don't want to fuck with me because I know people and I know things.
Because George didn't like the video I made on him, he decided to read this email on his stream in response to that, because I spoke out against him and the manosphere using woke feminist tactics such as censorship. And the email was framed obviously in a way to demonize me and make me look like I was a bad girlfriend.
She drove him insane and made it look like he was the bad one. Meanwhile, she would provoke him and say things like he was too weak or how he wasn't fit enough. She would even fight him in group hangouts in front of everyone and humiliate him.
George also talked about having my nudes on stream and even threatening to send it to my enemy.
Although Rollo, okay, she doesn't impact anything Rollo's done. Rollo's wrote some really good books. He's made some really good podcasts. He said a lot of really good, insightful things. Pretty much, I'd say 90% of content creators in the manosphere received a good portion of their education from shit that came from Rollo. So, like, you got to give him his respect, give him his flowers. Brittany Venti is kind of funny, though. Like, her tone and the way she delivers these messages is kind of funny. Like, she's pretty good at YouTubing. Better than me. If I tried to make reaction videos and make entertaining, like, back and forth beef videos, I don't think I would be as talented as her at doing these. They are pretty funny. So I understand why her audience is into it. And somebody that doesn't know anything about Rollo or know anything about the manosphere, they're going to watch these videos and just give her the W because it's funny. It's entertaining. Think about two rappers battle rapping each other. I don't think anybody battle raps anymore, but think you have two battle rappers. Nobody cares who was the better, more talented rapper. They care about who had the better presentation, who was more entertaining when they were going after each other, who put together the better diss track, right? Which one got the more LOLs? That's really what the audience cares about, right? And Brittany Venti is kind of funny. I mean, look at her face. Like, she has a look that, and I don't think she's autistic, but when he called her autistic, she's sitting there in a Sonic the Hedgehog shirt with like little kid shit in the background. The look on her face is kind of just like, I don't know, just her whole style is something that's like, if you call her autistic, she'll like intentionally try to come off as autistic, and it's funny. Like, she's good at it. So I understand why her audience is going to like her. And plus, I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are like 20 years old, never had a girlfriend or anything like that, and they watch her and it's like she's like their internet crush girlfriend, so they're gonna simp for her regardless.
And laughing about it.
Rational male, send those nudes to Undead Chronic. Should I? I gotta give you at least some kind of a sizzle.
See, I don't really have a comment on the nudes thing because she was underage. And I guarantee you over there on the Undead Chronic Hammerhand side of things, they don't want anything to do with those pictures. I don't think anybody would want that even attached to their name. Like, I wouldn't even want to be brought into the situation at all. Wouldn't want to be offered anything. I wouldn't want to have any connection to it. Nobody would. So that's something they're all going to try to distance themselves from, I guarantee you. But I wouldn't walk into that that beef. And it's a bad look. You know, nobody would want an affiliation with CP, whether they're receiving it, whether they're, you know, speaking down about it, whether they're, you know, whatever. It's just a subject that nobody wants really attached to their name, I don't think. I don't know.
With the stake here.
As per usual, George cannot make an argument to save his life, which is why he chose to hit me below the belt.
I have my own spies that tell me stuff too, and I know quite a bit about Brittany as well. Do you not think that I've dealt with like way better haters and trolls than you?
No, I don't think you have. That email was actually sent by me. How are those steaks sizzling?
I'm not going to put my 20 plus year, but almost 22 years credibility on the line just for some dumb little bitch like this.
Well, you just did. I'll be accepting my award for YouTube's Best Actress now. I've seen so much poor fact-checking from the manosphere that I decided to do a little trolling. Here you can see that this email that he read off on his stream with the timestamps, and you can see that it is me logged into the account. This is in fact my email that I am logged into, and here's the email that I sent. And here's him replying. So I'm going to refresh the page. And you can see that it is real. That's his email. And sent from his iPad. Because George himself lists Tom Likas as his inspiration for his ideology on women and dating.
All right. So next thing is, it's not an ideology, you dumb bitch.
Well, this autistic dumb bitch fooled you.
Yep. Yeah, I am. That's all I am. I'm just oblivious. I don't know.
In the email, I even put one of the oldest popular memes on the internet, and he actually fell for it.
I got the impression that the reason she stayed with him, despite starting all these fights with him, was because his mom was the CFO of a really big company. And she wanted his inheritance. Really? He showed me a text from his mother with a picture of a bank statement showing that Brittany spent over $9,000 on his credit card.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
I was really surprised that when he read this on stream that not a single person pointed it out to him. It is absolutely hilarious to watch him do victory laps and act smug when it's really just him rolling around in his own shit. And for everyone else to watch for their own entertainment. It is truly a sight to behold.
Yeah, gotcha. I don't have that loaded. Gotcha, bitch. How do you like it? You like apples? How you like them apples? You want it, you got it, man.
Say my name.
Yeah.
Bimbo Ops
Say my
1,
name.
George 0. I'll bet that George is sweating right about now. And when he goes to wash off that sweat, I hope he does with Reed Street Soap. You can support the Bimbo Ops you've seen today by going to reedsoap.shop. They are a small business that makes beautiful, healthier soaps for everyone. They have a huge variety of scents that I personally really enjoy, and I've even helped design and pick the scents for the Bimbo bars that are available on the site. They turned out really cute and sparkly, and one smells like strawberries, and the other one smells like sweet flowers. The more masculine soaps smell just as great and are just as amazing to look at. The smell of victory. Now back to the video. Let's back it up a bit so everybody's on the same page. 2 months ago, Lauren Southern released this video here talking about her divorce. She talked about how she left her unhealthy relationship and how she is now a single parent and what that has taught her. So George took it upon himself to dedicate a live stream to talk about how Lauren actually got impregnated by the live streamer Destiny.
So there was a child involved in Destiny, according to the X here anyways. Lauren,
What happened with that? Does anybody in the chat know? So Destiny, right? It was Destiny that supposedly got Lauren Southern pregnant, but was that true? Did that really happen or not? Is that just a rumor that was made up? I have no idea.
Lauren uses people to get what she wants. Destiny was her ticket to getting back in the YouTuber game. They started sleeping with each other as he is in some kind of relationship like that. Lauren then got pregnant, and it was a girl. They just started formalizing the relationship as I guess there's a kid involved. However, have since been told she is seeing Tim Pool. He has given her a job or something else like that.
He provided no actual evidence, so it was pretty apparent that he was willing to believe almost anything. And that's where the email comes in. So, in the process of making my video, I emailed him a fabricated story where I took internet gossip and twisted all the details to suit Rollo's confirmation bias on women being evil, manipulative liars. Because we know how much he loves to be told he's right. You gotta stroke that ego.
By the way, you're right about Brittany's Christian trad grift.
She's not a Christian!
Because I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nudes.
I wrote in details like me being a gold digger, emasculating the man, and saying that I am manipulative.
She would provoke him and say things like he was too weak or how he wasn't fit enough.
Because I knew what he wanted to believe about me, and I knew that his confirmation bias was so strong that it would overtake his better judgment. If he even has any, that is. Maybe he's right, and women are manipulative after all.
I mean, I guess this is interesting content, like for normies out there that just watch YouTube for like, you know, they just like the goofy drama. They just like the low IQ but funny little quick hits of entertainment. Like, I understand. I couldn't follow all this shit though. Like, I just wouldn't be able to. Like, I would never know enough. If I were trying to battle Brittany Renty, I would never have enough information about any of these topics to even make a comeback. So I would just be like, haha, funny, you got me. And I would just keep moving because I wouldn't be able to stay up to date with all of this stuff. But, you know, I'm also not in the game making, like, anytime any of these guys live stream, it's packed. Like I'll look at the top of the chat. It's like $100, $100, $100, $100, $50, $20, $100, $50, $100, $100. And it just like never ends. It's like, how many people are donating that much money? It's like, so I guess the drama is worth it financially, I suppose. You know, I think that would be pretty addicting, actually. If you started to look on there and you're like, holy shit, like every single time I do this, I make like $3,000 in 2 hours. I mean, of course you would keep doing it, right?
I sent the email before I dropped my video, and he didn't respond until after I released my video. And out of this entire email, of all the things he could have asked me about, he could have asked questions to fact check or asked for a phone call. But no, instead, his top priority was my nudes. I wonder if his wife knows that the father of her child is asking for women's revenge porn on the internet. How creepy.
Corn.
And he even acknowledges that it's revenge porn on his own live stream.
I got to be careful, man, because then that becomes like revenge porn, and I don't want to get involved in that either.
But that didn't stop George from pestering me in email after his stream to try to get my nudes. This 50-something-year-old man was really pressed about getting my revenge porn. I find it absolutely hilarious how he's acting out how gross having my nudes are for his stream, doing this whole performative thing, considering that I made the entire thing up.
I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nudes. So do I now, unfortunately.
His source for my nudes were, trust me, bro.
Yes, there are actually nudes.
That is kind of bad, though. You know, that is sort of a bad look. I don't know the details. Now, I don't think that these nudes even exist, like, because I don't think people would be going this far into it if they did, because it would be illegal to have possession of it. It would be illegal to send it. It would be completely illegal if it existed. And for the sake of everybody involved, I just hope it doesn't exist. You know, that's what I hope. But did he just say that he has it? I hope not. Hopefully he was referring to something else. I'm just saying, you know, the internet is the internet. Everything you put on here, it stays on here.
Of her out there too. Trust me.
The only photos that were attached to that email were random pictures from group hangouts back in the day. Shout out to my friend Two Salads, who is a streamer. He helped make this happen by giving me the photos from way back then. Anyway, George is so desperate to confirm his bias that he even fell for my satirical bit back.
I just had chicken and mac and cheese right before I went live. You can't beat mac and cheese. If she put chicken fajitas in there, if she sliced up fajita flavored chicken and dropped it in there, that's a winning meal. On a cheat day, because you get that good protein and good carbs, but it's not quite in the diet, you know, but still a good cheat meal. Look at that look on her face, though. She does have a funny face for YouTube. Like, it's like cartoonish, isn't it? I mean, whatever.
Back in the day, he actually fell for my dumb gamer girl bit from like 8 years ago in the current year.
She's gonna say that there are no nudes. Then why did she do a video when she was it 2015? I think. So I don't know. I'm a noob to all this. I'm a boomer. I don't know anything.
Me trolling and acting like a dumb gamer girl is kind of what made me known on the internet in the first place. I don't expect him to know every single thing about me.
She does have that sociopathic look. Could potentially, she has that BPD look, but it might just be an act. She might actually have some issues going on. I don't know. I'm not here to judge any of that. I don't really care, but nonetheless, as a talent scout, I do see why people like her channel.
But this is what I call very bare minimum research. I have been trolling on the internet about having nudes since I could remember because people like George accused me of having it. So I thought it would be really funny for the satirical bit to pretend that I have them, which I clarified in a video, which he would have found if he did bare minimum research. Only someone with an agenda trying to confirm their biases would actually believe this after watching it for a little bit.
Keep your anti-feminism to yourself. Ow! That hurt. Oh, look how red it is. Look, it's turning red right here. How is it fake? You see it fucking turning red!
But no, George has to confirm his biases. I mean, don't you see I'm wearing hoop earrings? I must be a slut.
So when I say, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hope.
Now you might be wondering, Brittany, what if this is
Bigger the
just a
hoop, the bigger the
one-off
hoe.
that he fell for the troll and did some bad reporting and maliciously lied about having your nudes? And worst of all, trying to act like they would be gross. Didn't he say that he had proof?
She's also very right-wing libertarian, which is kind of hilarious watching this group infighting. Is she? I'm going to go over to her channel. I want to see what kind of stuff she talks about on a regular basis. How do you spell that? Brittany with an I. Venti. I. Brittany. Venti. Brittany Renty. Brittany. Venti. Shit, I had the wrong last name anyways. All right. Reacting to Hassan's bad takes. Fake intellectuals. Problematic woke videos. Oh, so she is kind of who's that girl that they call like the female Ben Shapiro? She looks like Ben Shapiro. She's kind of like that type. Like she's a conservative influencer. Who's the girl? The comment section, Brett Cooper. Comment section with Brett Cooper. She's kind of like that. I take it. That's what I would be. If I was a cute young girl YouTuber, I would take the conservative route because it just looks wholesome and it's just like a good wholesome style of content. But I don't know. I think as politics start to kick off, as the election is coming up, I think conservatives are going to really try to distance themselves from the manosphere. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the manosphere that I don't really want to be included with. I mean, I don't mind being included with it. Like, there's a lot of cool content creators in the manosphere. And I've heard people mention my name in videos and live streams. Sometimes they disagree with what I say. Yeah, I'll be watching in the background, and I don't mind. Like I think it's good that people do that. Like I made a video a few days ago how I was talking about. I said game can only get you so far, and my point was, you can have all the game in the world. You can be the captain of your own ship. You can be the best seducer in the world, but if you get a girl pregnant in the United States, she's basically the captain of the ship. You can still be the captain of your own ship, but the problem is she can get tired of that shit, leave you, and, put you through the divorce machine and all that, and basically ruin your life. So game can't beat the system. You're still going to have to, face that sort of thing. So that's what I was trying to say. And, I know Lucario in his live stream he was making yesterday, he said that he disagrees with that, and game can still, if your game is good enough, basically, and you have good game, you can overcome that. you know, because you're still going to be the captain of your own ship. Basically saying, take accountability. Even if she takes you to court, you have game to still get through that, which I understand his message, right? He's very adamant on pushing his definition of game, and that's the product that he sells, which is fine. He's adamant and he has strong beliefs on his side. You know, I have maybe a few things that could be in disagreement with him, but that's fine. In the manosphere, we have to, we all have to have our own ideas. If you don't have your own ideas, you're just a copycat. And what are you even creating content for? He has his own ideas. I have my own ideas. Sometimes they're a little bit different. And it's, you don't have to disrespect people. You know, you can make your own reaction or make your own, you know, side of the debate, state your own case, which is fine. But as far as like the manosphere as a whole, there's a lot of things that I don't want to be affiliated with, because there's a lot of stuff that if I'll put it like this, if one red pilled content creator says something kind of crazy, like no woman, you know, let's say they say something like women shouldn't be allowed to have social media. Like women should be banned from social media or something like that. Like something that's really like a hardcore statement. I don't really care. You know, I don't care about that topic. I think it's a stupid topic because number one, it's never going to come true. Number two, I don't care if my girlfriend has social media. So at the same time, it's like, I don't want anything to do with that condensation. But people will say, because that red pillar said it, and because some of my stuff is adjacent with red pill, that I must also believe that, you know, because we're all lumped together. So that's, you know, that's just an example of why, like, I think most people that are considered part of the manosphere, if they're reasonable and they're logical, they want to distance themselves from the manosphere. You know, there's a reason why Richard Cooper wanted to distance himself from it. There's a reason why, you know, a lot of people are against the red pill, even though they're stuck being part of the manosphere. There's a lot of people that are against PUAs and against MGTOWs and against incels. They don't want to be grouped in with specific content creators that are given a bad reputation for everybody. So I understand conservative commentators who agree with probably 99% of what the manosphere says, but because that 1% is so fucked up, they just say, we don't want anything to do with the manosphere at all.
About Lauren Southern undeniably being the world's biggest slut and getting pregnant with Destiny's Child.
All that shit about Lauren Southern, yeah, I'll talk about that too if you'd like. But I have technically their medical records. I do have medical records that she was in fact pregnant about this time last year, August 8th of 2022. I have them. I have them right in my possession. You think you have spies? I got spies too.
All two of them? George's informant on Lauren Southern's pregnancy with Destiny's Child was actually Lauren Southern. She emailed him fake documents on her being pregnant with Destiny's baby, and he actually believed it.
Well, I can bet you $10,000 that she was pregnant.
I guess George owes Lauren Southern $10,000. Hi, George. I, 30M, work in healthcare admin in Vancouver and have been following you for almost a year now. Your content has made a huge difference in my life personally. I'm divorced and have to pay child support even though they took my kid from me. I'm laughing because she made it so stereotypical. I'm on my way to becoming a high-value male thanks to you and others. I started following you last year after you started exposing the truth about Lauren Southern. She came into the clinic I work at to get an ultrasound. I checked her in myself. I thought she might eventually break the news online, but she never did. I do have proof that she was pregnant. You were right. You were right the whole time. I love how she threw in that little ego stroke in there. Like, she independently did that. She sent her email before I sent mine, and she came to the same conclusion that he needed his ego stroked for him to believe the email. After her spewing more lies in her recent video, I'm finally reaching out to you. As you can imagine, this is personal for me. What she did to her husband is what happened to me. Fuck her and all these fake fucking e-thoughts everyone keeps making excuses for. This is war. I can send you a pic of the ultrasound intake form from last year that shows her as pregnant. I already took the pic, but you have to promise you won't say it came from a healthcare worker. I'm not a high-level employee, but I still want this job for the time being. Please respond so I know that you're getting this, and let's bury this bitch. This sounds like if somebody was making fun of an incel, like what you think they would say. She literally made this sound like satire and he actually believed it. So knowing this, you can imagine how funny it was watching him go on No Jumper, talking about how he has the proof about Lauren Southern being pregnant with Destiny's child.
What do you guys think about No Jumper? Like affiliating with the Manosphere, pushing cuckoldry. What do you guys think? You know, it's weird because Adam 22, he's not okay. He's basically done. He's dipped into two different audiences on YouTube. Number one, he affiliates with a lot of like rappers and you know, like LA street guys, gang members and stuff. But at the same time, from my understanding, Black people don't really like Adam 22. Like they consider him a culture vulture. Like he's sticking his nose in business that he has nothing to do with. I think that's how like they generally view him. But that's one of his like biggest demographics that he goes after his viewers. And the second biggest is the Manosphere, right? A lot of his guests are Manosphere content creators. But he promotes like being a cuck and things like that. So it's just odd. Like he kind of does things that, I mean, I guess that's how the clout game works, but I don't know. Adam 22's got a weird strategy. That's for sure.
I think you wrote to Destiny. You have medical records and proof that can show, I think it was Lauren Southern you were talking about?
According to the guy that I have been talking to, her ex, there was a sexual relationship there and it resulted in a child. I had another guy come up to me and I have copies of her ultrasound tests from right around the month that they were talking about, August of last year. And it is definitely her. I have the information confirmed for that. So I know that there was a child that was produced, or she was getting an OBGYN, you know, ultrasound at that time.
What a fool. I bet he made the people that actually believed him feel real dumb. On No Jumper, George says that he doesn't know for a fact that Destiny's the dad, but he had no problem confidently saying this on Twitter.
Now, do I know that it was Destiny's? I don't know that, but I do know that there was a child involved, or there was a child.
This is George's fault for not doing the bare minimum research. He could have had a phone call with this hypothetical person, but he didn't. He could have done basic research to check the forums and the numbers on them to see if it even correlated with the country, but no, instead he decided to just gossip on any podcast that he could find. And if you feel bad for poor Grandma Red Pill here for getting bamboozled by the people he seeks to destroy, he did threaten to sue for defamation as well as deplatforming via copy striking / filing a privacy complaint, all over the fact that he didn't like the video and for me, quote unquote, doxing his daughter.
If you're going to go and dig shit up and you're going to dox my daughter, if you're going to do that, at least try to do something recent. So when I do a copyright strike on you, or I do a privacy strike on you, or I do, let's see, a defamation lawsuit on you, at least make me look a little bit better.
I don't know what was defamatory about showing his daughter's public Instagram account under her promotional pageant account. He also claims I doxed his wife, even though I censored her face in the photo.
She did, of course, dox my kid and my wife.
I don't know why he's getting mad.
I do hate when people do that. That's one thing that I would never promote. I don't know why people even bring their friends and family into the YouTube scene. Like guys that put their girlfriends in YouTube videos, they're kind of just making their girlfriend a target, even if it's a like a squeaky clean channel like How to Beast or somebody. He's putting his hot girlfriend in harm's way because YouTubers are crazy. You know, they go after people. They beef with each other, and sometimes the fans of YouTubers can be a little crazy, you know, do crazy things. So I never like it when other content creators bring people's, you know, wives or children into the mix, that's always a bad look, if you ask me.
Mad at me. His daughter's the one that posted it.
Okay, his daughter's really a public figure. No, she's not, actually. And oh, well, she did pageants. Yeah, that doesn't mean shit. There are plenty of other girls and women who've done pageants over the years who are in no way public figures. She's not a winner of like Miss Nevada or anything like that. So she is effectively not a public figure. And yes, you could be held liable for defamation and slander. I could throw that out there.
If anyone's going to be held liable for slander, it's George. He spread plenty of misinformation about Lauren Southern and I, and did so without any real evidence. He's going to take me down because I dared to show the photo that his own daughter posted on her promotional pageant account. Apparently, this gives him justification to not only affect my income, try to deplatform me, but also spread my revenge corn. By the way, I didn't know that that was allowed on YouTube in the first place, considering that it's illegal. George doesn't have a great understanding in how the law works in general.
She essentially had this thumbnail and it was like right reading. Like it wasn't like, it was like mirror image. Now it's mirror imaged because she knows that I can get her on a copyright strike if I wanted to, but now she's got to change it 50%. So
he really thinks that the only reason that he can't copy strike my thumbnail is because I allegedly flipped the image to avoid being copy struck. The reason I flipped it was because the timestamp was covering my face. Even if I didn't flip it, it would still be protected by fair use. Is he not aware that YouTubers use people in their thumbnails all the time? Like, where is he getting this information from? His spies?
All right, I think that's pretty much over with.